Welcome to second video on chapter 2. In this video, we are going to deal with achieving strategic fit and scope. Strategic fit deals with aligning goals of competitive and supply chain strategies. In the previous videos, we have seen a company has got competitive strategy. It may choose to go for differentiation or it may choose to go for cost minimization. Similarly, supply chain strategies can also be of different kinds. It may choose to minimize cost or it may choose to maximize the benefit to the customer. Now, what is the relationship between competitive and supply chain strategies? If the supply chain strategy is differentiation, in that case, supply chain strategy, it should also align to achieve that differentiation. So if the customer is asking for more variety in shorter duration, in that case, our supply chain strategy should also align with that to achieve those differentiation factors. And in case the company has chosen to have a competitive strategy, which is on cost minimization or which is called cost leadership, then the supply chain strategy should also aim to achieve low cost, which means it should look for ways and means by which it can keep on reducing its cost at the expense of not providing enough benefits to the customers. What happens if the competitive strategy and supply chain strategies they mismatch? In that case, a company may fail if its processes and resources they do not provide the capabilities to execute the desired strategy, which means that if desired strategy is of a competitive strategy, if the desired competitive strategy is differentiation, then the processes and resources should also be made available to the supply chain managers so that they can achieve those strategies. Thus, the design of the supply chain and different functions in a company, they must appropriately structure their processes and resources to execute the chosen supply chain successfully. How do we achieve strategic fit? Strategic fit is achieved in 3 steps. First is to understand the customer. So there is a customer in the supply chain, the final customer. That is to understand the customer. Second is to understand the capability of the supply chain. And third is to see what the customer wants, whether it is capable of doing that. If the customer is looking for very short delivery times, whether our supply chain it is capable of delivering in short periods. If the purpose of supply chain is to get things more reliable, which means whatever is committed, whether that commitment can be achieved, then whether my supply chain it is capable of doing that. So it is about finding the gap between these two. It should be equal to 0. So one is on the customer side, what customer wants, what is the capability of the supply chain, and the gap between these two, it should be 0. That is the meaning of strategic fit. This we are going to deal in next 3 videos. First video will deal with understanding the customer through supply chain uncertainty. Second video will deal with understanding the supply chain capabilities. And the third video is going to match 1 with 2 to achieve the strategic fit. Thank you.